Hello there everyone. Welcome to another video. As told in the previous video, this is going to be a revision of Geometry Chapter 1. But then we're not going to revise all the lessons for this chapter. We're just going to revise only the first 4 lessons of Chapter 1. So to start with, hopefully you do remember the advice I gave you yesterday. Uh, the same. Think positive, and if you think positive, you believe in yourself that you can do it. That's automatically it will come to us that we can do it. If you are doing something, if you believe in yourself, you can do something. Definitely, you will love the thing which you're doing. All right. So also, I would like to give this advice to you. Now, there are many students who just study math during the time when you have exams, which is a very wrong thing to do. What I can advise you is just give 10 to 15 minutes daily. And we are spending so much time on social media. We are spending so much time making TikToks and watching videos and all these things. Out of that full time, just take 15 minutes and just try to practice at least 5 questions a day in a lesson. There are different questions in one lesson, so just pick any 5 questions and try to separate these 15 minutes just for that 5 questions. Definitely, out of the whole time which we have in a day, hardly we sleep nowadays for 10 to 8 to 10 hours. That's it. And the remaining time we spend on either social media or doing some other work rather than the important work. Most of the time is spent on social media, and that's the truth, right? So if you keep everything to study until the last moment, definitely your face will be just like the student who is in this um, screen, right? You will be scared, you will have so much to study, you will have tension. And what happens as a result is you forget all what you know also. So, the advice from me to you is practice daily for 15 minutes, even if it is three questions, it's okay. But do not skip your practice daily, because when you keep practicing daily, definitely your brain digests all this information and it stores it. So when it comes the time for exam, you just need to revise, you just need to refresh what you have been studying. That's all. So daily practice is a very important part for learning math, right? So let's move on. Now, these are the concepts which we are going to be revising in this chapter, in this video. Now, again, this is going to be a revision video, not an explanation video. If you want the explanation, you have to definitely watch the detailed videos which I have uploaded previously. So the first concept for this chapter is about points, lines, and planes. And then we have measuring and constructing segments. Then we have measuring and constructing angles. And also we have to revise about the pairs of angles. So to start with, definitely you've got to grab some papers and a pencil. I think you know, if you watched the previous video, you know what to do. Or maybe you're ready with the paper and pencil. So if you have not, pause the video here and get your pencil and papers. Right. So if you have got them, then it's time for our first question. So your question comes up in 3, 2, and 1. So the question for you, the first question for you is name 3 coplanar points. It says coplanar, and the figure for you is this. So the options are XTW and YVW, XVZ, and NVS. So I'll start the timer for you. You have 20 seconds to do this question. Okay, so your time is up. Right. So the correct answer for this question is XTW. So why did we say there are 3 coplanar points? XTW is here. XTW. Now coplanar points are the points on a plane, and make sure that they should be points which are not in a straight line. So if you see YVW, where is YVW? Y, V is this point here, and W. Now these are points in a straight line, which to name a plane, or if you're talking about a 3 coplanar points, we do not talk to them as 3 straight points. So always remember, coplanar points are 3 points on a plane, not on a line. Because if you're talking about line, that comes as collinear, right? Because line, you can see the word collinear, line, collinear. So it's all similar. Collinear means 3 points on a straight line, and coplanar points are 3 points on a plane. And it cannot be XVZ too, because XVZ is again, it's on a straight line. They are also collinear. Then NZS. N, where is N? N is the name of a plane. You can see the scripted letter here. The scripted letter shows the name of a plane, not the name of points. You can see another scripted letter here, that is S. So these show the names of planes, not of points. So this is impossible to be an option for us in ZS and ZS. So N and Z, N and S are two names of the planes. So this is impossible. So the remaining two are collinear points because they're points on a straight line. So the remaining one is XTW, XTW because they are points. They are the coplanar points which are on plane X. Right. So if you have done that, that's well done. The picture has disappeared. So let's move on to the next question. Your question coming up for you. Right. The next question is name 3 collinear points. If you would have listened to what I said in the previous slide, this is going to be easier. Name 3 collinear points. So the same picture for you. Now the options for you are XYZ, XYZ, YVW, TVW, or WVZ. So your time starts now. It's a 15 or 20 seconds timer. I'm not sure. So you've got 10 seconds more. Time up. Right. So here, name 3 collinear points. Now collinear, I just explained. See, the word itself has the word line, which means the points on a line, in a line, the 3 points in a line. So let's see these options one by one. Is it going to be XYZ? Is it XYZ? Are these 3 points in one line? Of course not. They form they are in the shape of a V, so they're not. This option is not correct. What about YVW? YVW. So V is this point where both the lines intersect. YVW, yes, they are points on a straight line. So the correct answer for this is YVW. It cannot be TVW because TVW is here. This is TVW. Again, it's forming a V. WVZ, WVZ is an acute angle. It's not the name of points. I mean, they form an angle. If you see, they form an acute angle. So it's impossible to be this. So the correct answer is the YVW, and that's a very good job you have done in guessing the answer. So let's go to the next question. Question coming up in 3, 2, 1. And the next question for you is, name a plane that contains line BC. Name a plane that contains line BC. And the figure for you is this. Right? The options for you are plane E, plane ABD, plane BDC, or plane CD. So your time starts now. So 5 seconds more. 3, 2, 1. Yes, time's up. So they're asking you to name a plane that contains line BC. So this is line BC. On which plane is it? Now, if you have revised your lessons, you know that this plane can also be called as plane N because that's the scripted letter given, right? But here, plane N is not an option for us. So that means they will use the 3 points on a plane to name the plane. These are the 2 ways they can name a plane. Either you use the scripted letter, which is given on the plane, or you will use 3 points on a plane to name the plane. Right. So plane E is of course not, because plane E is the point outside the plane. So plane E is impossible, right? It's outside. The next option is plane ABD. What about ABD? Can we take point A as a line on the plane and as a point on the plane? No, we can't, because point A is out of the plane. You can see it's outside, it's not inside the plane. So we cannot take plane ABD also, because point A is out of the plane. So we cannot consider point A. So that's the wrong option. What about plane BDC? BDC, yes, it can be, because all the 3 points are in the plane, I mean on the plane, and also plane and they three are non-collinear points. They three are not in a straight line. So the correct option is plane BDC. Now, why can we not say plane CD? There are two things why we cannot say. One is because that's the name of a line, right? And we cannot use the points on a line to name a plane. So it cannot be plane CD. And the next reason is, to name a plane, there should be 3 points. You cannot name a plane using only 2 points. So do write down these points which I'm telling, so that for a quick review, it will be easy for you, right? A plane should be named with 3 points, and also they should not be on a straight line. So if you have chosen plane BDC, that's a great job you have done. Right, so let's move on to the next question, the question coming up. Okay, so this was a question which was in the previous video, so this is not for you. Okay, so the next question for you is, find the length of DC, right? So the figure given for you is this, it's a number line. I have taught you the tricks to find the distance on number line, right? So the options for you are 2, 4, 1.5, or 4.5. So your time starts now. You've got 20 seconds to do the question. Okay, so your time is up there. If you would have noticed, right, the correct answer is missing here. The correct answer is not given here, because I wanted to make sure that you all can guess the correct answer, that the correct answer is missing or not. So do comment and let me know how many of you found out that the correct answer is missing. So let me change the options for you. So now what do you think the answer is going to be? Right, the answer is, okay, 2.5. Now, as I have told you, you can definitely use the number line to find the distance between the 2 points. They're asking the distance between D to C. So D to C or C to D, it's going to be the same. So you just count like 1, 2, and 0.5. So the answer is going to be 2.5. Or you can definitely use the perfect way of using the absolute values to find the distance between 2 points. So you will subtract 4.5 from 2. So 4.5 you will put inside the absolute value, because the value of D is 4.5 and the value of C is 2. So to find the distance, you will subtract. So 4.5 minus 2 is going to give you a 2.5. So the absolute value of 2.5 is 2.5. Now, another important thing you need to keep in mind is, do not ever have the distance as a negative number. Never keep the distance as a negative number. We have already discussed that the distance in negative number means what? It means you are making a hole under the ground and going under the ground. So that's not logical, right? So, and that distance can never be in negative numbers. It has to always be in positive numbers. Like sometimes when you do the absolute value, you might get here negative 2.5. So when you're writing the answer, don't write as negative 2.5, because that is inside the absolute values, negative 2.5. So when you remove the absolute value lines, that becomes a positive number, especially when we are finding the distance or the length between 2 points. Right. The next question for you. E, F, G represent mile markers along a straight way. You have to find the distance between E and F. So I'll start the timer for you. First, let me give the options. So the options are 14, 3, 23, and 18. So this is your question. You can quickly copy down the question, or if you don't want to draw down, that's all right. You know what to do. So your time starts now. Got 1 minute to do the question. I think you've got 20, 15 seconds more. Okay, I've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and your time is up. Right. Okay, now the time is up. So I'm sure most of you would have got this answer and you know how to do this, right? But before we discuss show the answer, let me show you how you have to work on with these questions, right? The distance is given to be E and G, right? The whole length is given to be the whole line is named as EG. So the complete length of the line is given to be 5x plus 8. Can you see that they have marked here from E to G? It is 5x plus 8. But the distance from E to F is 6x minus 4 and the distance from F to G is 3x. Now you know well that you have to find the distance. If you add two parts of the line, you will get the whole distance, the complete length of the line. So if you add EF and if you add FG together, you will get the length of EG. So because you can see the question is in X, so definitely we have to find the values of X first. So to find the value of X, we need an equation. So first, let me show you the correct answer. The correct answer is going to be 14. Well, you've got a golden star if you've got this answer right, because you deserve to get a gold star if you get the answer right. So let's check the answer now. This is the equation. 6x minus 4 plus 3x equals 5x minus 8. Just now I explained, if you add the two parts of the line, you will get the complete length of the line, the full length. So this is the equation I want to solve. So you know how to solve equations. First, simplify this side. So 6x plus 3x will give us a 9x minus 4 equals 5x plus 8. So what you do next is you move the variables to one side and you move the numbers to the other, right? So that becomes 9x minus 5x because it is positive here. So when it moves to the other side, it becomes a negative 5x. Then it becomes 8 plus 4 because minus 4, when you move to the other side, it will give you a plus 4. So 9x minus 5x gives us a 4x. 8 plus 4 is 12. X is going to be 12 divided by 4. So the value of 4x is going to be 3. Now that we have found the value of x, definitely we can find the value of EF. EF is marked as 6x minus 4. So 6x minus 4, what's the next thing you're going to do? You're going to substitute the value of x in place of 3. So 6 multiplied by 3 is going to be 18 minus 4, which is going to give you a 14. So this is because they asked the length of E and F. Now, if they ask you the length of EG, in place of x, you will 5x, you will substitute the value of x, that's 3, and find out the length of EG. Similarly, you will do for FG also. So you have to be careful what they are asking about in the question. Here, because they asked us for EF, so we made an equation by adding the two parts of the line, making it equal to the complete length of the line. Okay, then we found the value of x, and then we substitute the value of x in the which part they're asking for, and then we found out EF is going to be 14. If you have got this answer wrong, no problem. Just repeat the same question 2 times and then quickly do another question from your book. That will be, you will be definitely able to do it. Right, let's move on to the next question. So your next question is, Classify angle XYZ. Okay, so the question is this. The figure given to you is this. You have to classify what's angle XYZ. The options are straight, obtuse, right, or acute. So the timer has already started. It's a very easy question. You have to classify what's angle X, Y, Z. You got 6 seconds more. 5, 2 seconds more. And your time is up. Right, so the correct answer for this is acute. It was a very simple question. In fact, 15 seconds is too much to do this question, right? But then it's always better you think before you answer. So that's why I gave you a 15 seconds time so that you will think deeply. Right, so the question says classify angle X, Y, Z. Always it's better you draw the path which they're asking, mark the angle which they're asking. So they're asking XYZ, which means they're talking about this angle. So what is the measure of this angle? It's 35 degrees. So it is a small angle too. So it is an acute angle. So let's quickly revise what are the 4 types of angles we have learned. An acute angle, which is less than a 90-degree angle. Obtuse angles are always greater than 90 degrees and they are very big angles. Then we have right angles which are exactly 90 degrees and they look like the corner of a square, a part of a square, see the corners of a square. So they are right angles and they measure exactly 90 degrees. And then straight angles, they measure 180 degrees because the angles on a straight line and they are called straight angles and they measure exactly 180 degrees. So these are the 4 angles you need to keep in mind. Acute angles are small and they're cute, right? And they are always less than 90, even if it is 0.5 less than 90 degrees. If it was 85.5 degrees, the angle is acute. Okay, if it is even 0.5 greater than a right angle, that is, if it is 90.5 degrees, it is going to be an obtuse angle. A right angle is exactly 90. It's not going to be even 0.1 less than 90 or 1.1 more than 90. It has to be 90. Similarly, right straight angles are exactly 180 degrees. Right. So the next question for you. Lola's teacher asked her to draw an obtuse angle. Which of the following measures should, okay, there's a spelling mistake in should, Lola considered to draw an obtuse angle? So the options given for you are 89 degrees, 125 degrees, 90 degrees, and 34 degrees. And your time starts now. The 15 seconds timer. The time is running up. And your time is up. Right. So this was also an easy question because the question says Lola's teacher asked her to draw an obtuse angle. So underline this word obtuse angle. Many times I've advised you when you're doing problem solving, underline the key words or the important words. So in this question, the important word is obtuse angle. So if you know what an obtuse angle is and then what are the measures of obtuse angle, just in the previous slide we I gave you an idea of what are obtuse angles. So an obtuse angle is always greater than 90 degrees but less than 180. So here, which measure is greater than 180? This one, 125 degrees, right? So if you have got the answer right, well, here is a mouth finger-licking delicious dessert for you, right? Looks tempting, isn't it? Okay, so this was the treat for you for doing this question, getting the question right. Fine, let's move to the next question. Measuring and constructing angles. Okay, now definitely I'll give you a 1-minute timer for this question. So Ray and P bisect angle M and Q. Hope you remember what's the meaning of bisect. Bi means two, sect means parts. So two parts, two equal parts, not any parts, two equal parts. And bisect means divide the angle in two equal parts. Angle M and P is 6x minus 12. and P and Q, and angle P and Q is 4x plus 8. You have to find the measure of angle MNQ, right? So if you have not understood the question, pause the video here, read the question by yourself again, and then you can resume playing, because when you read the question 2-3 times for yourself, you will definitely understand the question and try to put that in a picture in your mind, or else even draw it down so that it will be easy for you to solve it. So the options for you are 180 degrees, 10 degrees, 48 degrees, and 96 degrees. So your time starts now. So you've got almost 30 seconds more. Got 20 seconds more. 5 seconds. And your time is up. Almost up, yeah. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is 96 degrees. So that's a good, really a good job, and you really need to get many thumbs up for solving that question. Right, let's go ahead and see how to solve this question. Right now, I have told you put the put the question as a picture, because our brain tends to process pictures more faster than words, right? So if I would put this question in a picture, they said NP ray bisects M and Q. So first, let me draw the angle M and Q. So just draw any angle. Doesn't need to be perfect, but draw any kind of angle, right? Now, this is because this is just for us to get the picture. That's all. It's not necessary that it should be an obtuse angle or anything like that. Just a rough figure. That's it. So we have drawn angle M and Q. So they said NP bisects means it is going to be a line which is going to divide the angle into equal parts. Okay. So angle M and P. So I name that also as P. So M and P, that is this angle, is 6x plus 12 degrees, and angle P and Q is 4x plus 8 degrees. So this is how your figure should look like, right? Rather than reading the words, it's better to show it in a picture. Right, so we have to find angle M, N, and Q. So you have to find the complete angle. So now that you know that this angle is equal to this angle because they have been bisected, just previously I explained bisect means divide the angle in two equal parts. So I can say angle M and P is equal to angle P and Q, right? Q and P, or P and Q. So these two angles are equal. So the first thing you have to do is say 6x minus 12 equals 4x plus 8. So because we need to find the value of x first here. So when you solve, you will move the variable to one side and you will keep the numbers onto the other. So that will give you a 2x equals 20. The value of x is going to be 10. Right? So do not stop here and choose this answer, because this is the value of x. So sometimes even they will give you the question as find the value of x. Do listen carefully. There will be some questions where they say find the value of x. So when they ask you to find the value of x, you will do only this part. You will just find the value of x and mark the answer. But then x cannot be in degrees, because we are only finding the value of x, not the value of angles. But because this question asks the value of the angle, that's why the answers are in degrees. So this is one small help or a hint I could give you. If the question says find the value of x, the answers will not be in degrees, right? So here we have found the value of x. To find the value of x, you need to make them equal to each other and just solve how you would solve an algebraic equation. Now the question says find M and Q. So first to find M and Q, which is the whole angle, we need to at least find one part of this angle. So let me find the angle P and Q because I feel P and Q finding is easier. But if you want to find M and P, that's totally perfect. You can go ahead with that. So angle P and Q is going to be 4 multiplied by 10 because x is equal to 10. So 40 plus 8, that's going to give us 48 degrees. So angle PNQ is going to be 48 degrees. Right. Now, because both of these angles are equal to each other, because both of them have been bisected, the angle has been bisected, I could say angle PNQ is equal to angle MNP, right? Because both of them are equal. So if angle PNQ is 48, what is angle MNP is going to be? Angle MNP is going to be 48 as well because both of them are equal. So if this angle was 32, this angle is also going to be 32. But here we found out that angle P and Q is 48. So angle M and P is also going to be 48. So to find the complete angle, that's angle M and Q, we need to add both of them. So this is 48, this is 48. So that's going to give us a 96 degrees. So that's how you have to get the answer as 96 degrees. Well, if you have done that, really, it's a great job you have done. If you have not done, that's well and fine to make mistakes, as I always say. Definitely, you will understand how to do this question. So if you got this wrong, pause the video here, do the question again 2 times at least, and then repeat the question by yourself without looking at the steps. You will get the answer. Don't memorize the answers. For math, never memorize the steps or the answers. You need to understand, repeat it 2 times, do it 2 times again, then third time you try to do it by yourself without looking at the previous steps, right? So let's move on to the next question. Find the supplement of the given angle. So the angle is a 67-degree angle. So the options are 113, 23, 90, and 180 degrees. So let me start the timer for you. The time starts now. You've got 30 seconds to do the question. 30 seconds, 15 seconds more, less than 15. So got nearly 5 seconds more. And your time is up. Right, so let's look at the answer. It was an easy question. The correct answer is 113 degrees. How do we know it's 113 degrees? Because they are asking for the supplement of the given angle. And supplement means the angles should add up to 180 degrees. So out of a 180 degree angle, part of it is 67. So what's the remaining part? So it's going to be 100 and, well, if you got the answer right, that's a great job you have done. So supplementary angles are 180 degrees. So the question is find the supplement. So 180 minus 67 degrees, which is going to be 113. So let's quickly revise the things given here. If it is a supplementary angle, I mean, if they say find the supplement of the angle, you need to subtract it from 180. If the question says find the complement of the angle, that means you have to subtract that from 90 degrees because supplementary angles are 180 degrees and complementary angles are 90 degrees. Hope you have understood and made a note of that. I'll repeat that again if you have not. Complementary angles are 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are 180 degrees. So if the question says find the supplement of the given angle, you will subtract the given angle from 180. If the question says find the complement of the given angle, you will subtract 90 from the measure of the angle. So that's all. You have done a great job in completing the video and helping me complete the video. Hopefully you find this video a useful one. Definitely this is my condition now after spending hours in making this video, right? But then you deserve a treat too. It goes a yummy treat for you. You can, after watching this video, you can take your own time and indulge in this by yourself. So good luck for your exams or coming up tests, right? So see you all again in another video. Till then, keep revising and just note down the important points, and please do not learn anything at the last moment of the exam. Never keep this habit. 15 minutes before the exam, at least 10 to 15 minutes before the exam, keep your mind free. Never learn anything until the last moment of the exam, last minute for the exam. Hope you will follow the advices and the tips which I have given you. So have a great day and keep practicing.